So close, man. But as they say, no cigar. Go pick up your microphone. What's going on over here? Oh my God, we have a disaster going on. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Losers Lounge. Presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use our code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer. Find out why. Whatever the moment. Never ordinary. Bet365. We're also in the Toyota Losers Lounge. Driven by your front range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Hop in the Toyota chat. Talk amongst yourselves. But I'll tell you something. This game, I think, reveals who you really are as a fan. Because I think that there will be a certain type of person that has the, propensity to be very pissed off and angry. And look, losing sucks. A philosopher one time said that. But there's also a lot of good stuff. The Nuggets battled. This is like a tip your hat to the Nuggets night, in my opinion, as they fall 113-108 to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They really fell in the fourth quarter where it all fell apart. Brennan Vogt's here with us, though.
Adjustments, second half adjustments, really the story from this one. Excited to break it down with you guys. I'm at least grateful for the Nuggets for making two games fun here, and what could have been two of the most depressing games of the year, for sure.
Almost incredibly fun, but nonetheless, some stuff to talk about. Guys shining, guys are shining. Harrison wins here.
I mean, absolutely, man. For me, I had a lot of fun watching that game, and I really enjoyed how much the Nuggets fought. That's going to inspire me to have a great post-game show.
I love it.
I'm inspired.
Rounding out the show, Superstar Dev.
I remember thinking that I was going to regret watching this team for the next couple of weeks.
Right.
That really was entertaining.
Well,
it was fun, and they battled.
It really was. All right, let's go through a fast breakdown here as we relive the game here. 2 fouls on Holmes in 90 seconds. He got the start tonight. The starting lineup was Jamal Murray, Jalen Pickett, Spencer Jones, Peyton Watson, and Daron Holmes. Oh my God, I never would have guessed that lineup. Never would have guessed that lineup would play actual minutes, let alone start. But Daron Holmes starts, his first career start, 2 fouls in 90 seconds. It was such a bummer. Cavs were killing Denver on the boards. I mean, we knew that was going to be a part of the story. They went on 11-2 to run out of the gate. And in the first few minutes, you kind of thought, well, here we go. This is what I expected, a blowout. But Jamal was playing tough in that first quarter, getting tough buckets, attacking, just going as hard as he could, putting the team on his back. Julian Strawther checked into the game. He got 2 fouls in 1 minute. That was pretty much it for him. 16 points for Jamal in the first quarter, 28-24 Cavs, but you were proud of the Nuggets after that one. Nuggets fell down by as much as 9, but when Murray checked in, he flurried again. Put the team on his back again, just absolutely cooking, guys. He was going after Mobley. He was like he wanted Mobley in ISO so he could just school him. He had 28 points at the half, 62-59 Cavs going into the half. And in the third quarter, the Nuggets came out swinging. They took a 6-point lead right off the bat. Peyton Watson started scoring in ISO. It took halfway through the quarter before the Cavs started to storm back, in large part thanks to Donovan Mitchell. I think he saw Jamal Murray going and was like, okay, I can't let this happen. I have to start battling back. Tim Hardaway Jr. to end that quarter, though, it looked like Denver was about to run out of gas and cough it all up. But the final 2 or 3 minutes, Tim Hardaway Jr. hit some tough threes, and then he ended the quarter. You guys remember the end of the third quarter? Crazy play. Nuggets ball can get the last shot. Bruce Brown turns it over. I think, was it him or somebody else? They go the other way, turn it over themselves. Nuggets go the other way and hit a buzzer beater. 97-88 going into the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, though, Cavs immediate run, 7-0, cut it to 2. The Cavs ramped up their pressure. They decided to start trapping the ball handler and daring Denver to beat them 4-on-3 on the back half. It was a great plan. Murray was absolutely exhausted fighting through those double teams. They just were trying. It was like they were attacking his legs, honestly, just trying to wear him down and dare anyone else to beat him. And they got so many open looks. So many in that fourth quarter, but nobody could get them. I thought Daron had great D on Garland in that isolation, got a deflection. Spencer Jones was making a bunch of plays, but with 2 minutes to go, the Cavs took the lead. They got an offensive rebound that led to 4-point lead with 42 seconds left. Murray did hit a crazy 3 that gave us a little bit of hope. They just couldn't make the shots down the stretch. What was Denver in the fourth quarter from 3? 1 for 12?
Well, they scored 11 points total.
And they had all these open looks and just could not make any of them
Three
go
of them
down.
came on that Murray prayer at the very end.
It's true.
They had 8 points in the fourth up until then.
That's crazy, man.
Crazy.
All right, let's go to our Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways. Superstar Dev, start us off.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway in this one is I'm not sad about that loss there, but it sucks to get that close and to give yourself that much hope because they had it for the taking. But it's extremely difficult to beat a team. And you saw it coming, but not in the way that it went down. 45 rebounds for the Nuggets, 62 for the Cavaliers. That second chance opportunities, that's a team that came in with the blueprint on how to beat you, and then they won the rebounding battle. So while I think the Nuggets did play hard, you still have to find ways to come up with a few more rebounds to get that W, and that's the reason that they lost.
It's very true, man. The rebounding is a real issue for the Nuggets, but in their defense, they're starting a guy 6'9" who's 18 years old or 22, something like that.
I don't think he's 18.
Nah, he's like 21 or 22.
He seems like he's 18 a little bit. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways. I'm really proud of this team, man. I'm really proud of the fight that they showed tonight. I was really proud of the fight they showed in Toronto 2 nights ago when they won.
Yep.
But they came with that same energy in this game. And they just wore out. You know, they wore down and they missed too many open shots at the end. But, I mean, their fight was awesome. And I go back to that quote that Peyton Watson had after that Raptors game. You know, he said, we know the narrative. We know what people say about the non-Jokic minutes. Everybody thinks we're Jokic merchants. He didn't say that exactly, but that's what he was getting at. And I just feel like this team right now, him and Jamal and everybody that's in the rotation has a little chip on their shoulder. They want to prove they can do something and win games and be competitive without Jokic. They've won one. They were competitive in this game. Probably should have won 2. But now I expect them, you know, to bring this fight, you know, without Jokic for the rest of this road trip and however long that he's out. I just love the energy. I love the spirit. I loved how fearless they played.
Yeah.
You know, they played fearless in this game. And, you know, a lot of guys shine at different moments. Daron, I thought, played really well in his first start.
Yes.
Jamal obviously had great moments. Spencer Jones was like unbelievable with some of the hustle plays he made. So I just kind of like the identity and the energy that the Nuggets are playing with without Nikola Jokic right now. And I just can't wait to see where it goes.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway is really just all about the result of this game, not a takeaway to go. Well, maybe it's a takeaway to go forward, actually. I'll stop myself there. The second half adjustment for Cleveland, you mentioned it in your rundown. They did not guard. They guarded Murray one-on-one in the first half, and he feasted. The most points he scored in the first half all season long with 28. They came out in the second half, and eventually they started blitzing him off of every ball screen. And that is kind of how to handle Murray without Jokic and 3 other starters. We talked about this a lot in the pregame show. Teams who have the personnel to do that right, pick him up and pressure him full court are going to be able to make life difficult for Jamal, which is really not a knock on Jamal, right? This is, I mean, Jokic can carry that burden. Jokic is maybe the best offensive player of all time. Murray, who's, I think, having a borderline all-NBA caliber season, it's just different when you're down not just Jokic, but also your other starters, and they blitz you like that. I think he made the right reads. I'm pretty sure he only turned it over once all night, but it came down to shot-making from other guys, and the shot-making dried up tonight. Maybe they go in some other nights, right? But that is the right strategy to take in a fourth quarter or across 4 quarters if you have the personnel. And I do expect to see some, if not a lot of that against Jamal for the next couple of weeks.
By the way, Jamal +5 tonight. So, you know, I mean, and played 39 minutes.
He was
heroic
great.
effort.
He was great
to do this. And I think to your point, you know, one of the disadvantages you're at when you're missing 5 guys is that even if you have an adjustment, and Denver will be able to make adjustments, I think every team's going to do what Cleveland did tonight and just say, you know what? Who are these other guys? Let's make them beat us and trap. Yeah. One of the things is that not only has Denver not had a chance to figure out what their identity is and how you attack those situations, Daron Holmes only played 2 NBA games now. So not only do they not know this collectively, given the unit that they are that has never played together, I would bet even in training camp, the 5 guys who started tonight had never played together in a minute. Like, it would be so random too. So not only do you get that, but on top of it, you just have no idea how to attack it. And I thought Denver, when they were falling apart in the fourth quarter, half of the possessions they got decent looks out of.
Yes.
And the other half, it was like they don't know what to do because they've never been in that moment before. They will start to draw those things up. When you talk about coaching a lot, adjustments, Cleveland made adjustments. Denver made some adjustments too, but Cleveland made adjustments. Denver has fewer adjustments to make because they don't have that many guys. So it's not like they can be like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to double here. It's like, no.
Totally.
They didn't have that many to go. Did you want?
Well, just to be really clear,
Yeah.
that's not a criticism of Jamal, really, who I thought was amazing and forced that adjustment. But then it's just going to be about guys to hit shots.
And I think some people might look at this and say, what did he have in the second half? 6 points.
Yeah.
That was because of what Cleveland decided. They decided we're going to throw bodies at him. Maybe he could have made 1 or 2 more, but I don't think by any means he was bad.
Nope.
He was worn down, and they were deciding to get the ball out of his hands and see what happens. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway, though, I'm going to go, I guess I'll just keep it more positive for the night. I was going to make a comparison with Yoke, but I'll make it later. The thing, a lot of guys are getting an opportunity to do something they've never done before. Obviously, Daron Holmes, who I know we're going to talk a lot about, 6 assists tonight. Man, do I like this guy.
Yeah.
Man, am I so intrigued.
He was fun.
If you've tuned out the Nuggets because Yoke's out and whatever, Daron Holmes is interesting.
There's a lot of reasons to be interested, and he's high atop the list.
There are a lot of reasons to be interested about the Nuggets in this era, even if they're not going to win a ton of games. In this little stint that they're in while they're waiting for guys to get back, Daron Holmes playing a bunch of minutes and just us. He's a better passer. He has a better sense of the game than I thought. He's a little gun shy. Didn't shoot the ball great tonight. 1 of 4 from the three-point line, but he's interesting. Spencer Jones, my God. What effort that guy plays with, how willing to sacrifice his body to make plays, and how he seems to get a hand on the ball at the exact moment you need a play out of a guy. Peyton Watson's going to his ISO game right now. Maybe too much, but to be honest with you, Denver had 11 points in the fourth. They need somebody to be aggressive.
Yep.
I think.
Yes.
I think it's a rare example of a player who has the freedom to go outside the lines. It's like right now you can do whatever you want because we kind of need it.
Teacher's gone.
Teacher's gone. Just do what you got to do.
Movie day.
And mixed results, Sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. I think Jalen Pickett's doing some good stuff. Zeke Nnaji even tonight, man. I know he's a -12, but he did some stuff. It's neat to see some guys step into roles they're not going to get to be in for a very long time, but it's neat to see them and just how they handle it. And to be honest, most guys, I think, look good more than they look bad, even if they look mixed overall.
Yeah, we typically see this type of performance in Summer League, where you get to see guys explore their game and get to show, things that they worked on or things that they're trying to progress on. We got to see that in real time against a team that, is going to make the playoffs, a pretty good team over there out east. And they're still looking good, and they're still learning right now. What we saw from Holmes, that's encouraging. That is something that you could get behind and say, like, hey, there's something there that you got to keep this guy around for. His read of the floor and the game and, what he's supposed to do at the time, I do think that it's like him just like, okay, what do I do now? Like, I'm not going to say it's not too fast for him because I do think it's fast for him at times, but he's adjusting to, like, the speed and reading what you have there. But you get excited about his play as particularly like his passing. I love the passing that he's showing right now.
Yeah. And the other guy that you were talking about, Spencer Jones, this guy is just unbelievable, man. I mean, his 3-point shot is somewhat reliable.
3 of 5.
He's had a lot of 3 of 5 games, it seems
yes.
like. Like, you don't feel terrible when he steps into a 3. And you can also tell his confidence from 3 is just through the roof right now compared to where it was at the beginning of the season. Beginning of the season, he's just taking open corner 3s, wide open. He wasn't taking anything else. Now, you can tell he just has the confidence to let it fly, even if he's just barely open. But, I mean, how he gets on the glass, his hustle plays, 2 blocks in this game, him getting on the floor, just inspiring stuff.
He's a player, man, and these minutes now where he elevates his role even more, I have so much confidence in him. Spencer Jones is higher. He's more.
He is so firmly in the foxhole right now.
He's like further towards the center of the circle of trust than a lot of guys I would have never guessed.
Shoot 42% now from 3 on the year, 2.3 attempts per game. Modest, but that's a nice percentage.
But you know what he's going to give you every single time? Just a play when it matters. Like if we talk about, okay, this is a play where we need absolute maximum effort from your defensive stopper, you're getting it. Doesn't mean it's going to work. Doesn't mean he's not going to foul. But he's gonna give you all the effort. And tonight the ball kind of went his direction on a lot of these 50-50 plays. It was great to see. So Nuggets lose, but there's a lot of interesting things, and I want to talk about all of them. On the other side, Peyton Watson, is his game, like you get to watch him do something he's not going to do when Yoke's back. Does it change what you think of him long term? Does it change in a positive way, negative way? And then, of course, Daron Holmes, what we saw from him tonight, all that on the other side.
Shout out to our brand new partners, Xfinity.
Ooh.
We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with Xfinity in 2026.
Is this our first one, our first read?
Yes, and
let's
there's
go.
a lot more to come, a lot more with Xfinity. How about a 5-year price guarantee with Xfinity? You can get that with them. What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi, and what if you could keep it the same price for 5 years?
What?
That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. I actually
crazy.
have this. Like, our old deal expired. I called up Xfinity. I'm like, still need internet. They're like, how would you like to lock in the same price for 5 years?
So you could sign Xfinity to a 5-year veteran minimum?
You can.
Wow.
Yeah. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense, and it lets you stream the game even when the whole family's online. Sneak off into a different room, catch the Nuggets game, or everybody else is doing something else. Here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and Xfinity's best equipment is included in your plan. So, take it from me. A lot can change in 5 years. Championships are won, records are broken, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi, it should stay reliable, and the price should stay put. That's what you get with Xfinity. Lock in your price, unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. You can learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only, restrictions apply. And again, a lot more coming with Xfinity. Can't wait to be partnered with them for this whole next year.
How incredible.
Yeah.
How incredible.
Cool
I'm on the
stuff.
second year of a Supermax with Xfinity right now.
If winter ever happens here in Denver, roof damage is something you're going to want to stay on top of. Denver's best roofers are on DNVR's team. Go with the pros at Red Hawk Roofing.
It was raining the other day, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, which is kind of something.
So weird.
You guys know about Red Hawk Roofing. They present our big takeaways. They are presenting sponsors at watch parties we do, content we make. They're huge Colorado guys who invest in Colorado culture, but they're also roofers. They're the best roofers, actually. There's no project too small for our guys at Red Hawk. They're your go-to for everything from minor repairs to full roof replacement on your home or business. Long-lasting relationships matter to them. They want to earn your trust so that your word of mouth, right, can be the most effective marketing campaign for them. And supporting your local teams means also supporting local businesses like Red Hawk Roofing. If you're looking for a new roof over your home or business, be sure to check out Red Hawk Roofing at redhawkroofing.com or call 720-771-8921. Tell them DNVR sent you. Tell them we sent you. Tell them I sent you.
Alrighty, back here, segment 2. Make sure you hit a like button. It's the easiest way to support us. You hit that like button. You can leave a comment below. Let us know what you're thinking about tonight's game. Let's go with Peyton Watson first. 21 points, 9 of 22 shooting, 2 of 9 from the three-point line. He got 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. He's playing completely differently than he plays when everybody's healthy. Of all the guys, I almost feel like he has adjusted his game the most. Like, he understands, everyone's out. I get to be someone different now. And it's interesting because it's very mixed results. I mean, he's not quite as efficient as he needs to be if he were ever to take on this role in real life. But also, he kind of has flashes of it where you could totally see it. If you were invested in this guy as a young player on a bad team and you were watching him do this, in my opinion, you would buy it and say, this guy could become a one-on-one scorer. Again, not efficient enough to do it on this team, but what do you think, Dev? Like, when you're watching him do this, it makes me wonder what the rest of the league is thinking as they scout him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that they see, I think they're excited about the positives to him. They know that this is never going to be the role that he's going to have. And this was never supposed to be the role that he has. And he hasn't had this role since he was a 5-star in high school.
Yep.
He didn't have this in college.
Nope.
He didn't have this for the first few years of the Nuggets. He didn't have that this year. So this is a 2-week tryout for him to show that he can expand his game.
Sure.
And there are things that you enjoy about this. He does check off the boxes that you need. He gets to put the ball on the floor and take care of it. He can knock down the 3 ball. He gets to finish in traffic. Like those are things that you're like, I wonder if he had that. But plus he brings the defense, and you already know what that is. So that's the constant, and everything else that you get from him is a positive. But when you look around, because I know there's people that are frustrated with this one, saying that it's a mixed bag. No one else was trying to score. No one else is trying to, be aggressive. You're going to take bad shots in this game, especially in that second half when they took Jamal out of the game. The ball found Peyton a lot, and the shots did not fall, but he's still being aggressive. He's still trying to shoot when no one else is. So I think that this is a positive still for him, even though this was not the game that you needed.
Yeah. And I think he's got to be in this mode right now, because when you shut off the water for Jamal Murray, what else do you really have offensively?
Or when Murray was on the bench, which they're kind of making him the go-to guy in the non-Murray minutes.
Right. And they have to. They just don't really have any other options right now.
Who else would it be, honestly? This is the thing. Because I see the chat saying his defense has fallen off, and it has. This is why it's so hard to be a two-way player.
It's Hardaway. But, even Hardaway, he doesn't really have much in his bag in terms of an ISO guy. P-Watt, he's your next best option, after Jamal in those situations. And, man, he, to me, has shown more this season than I ever thought he had. Just as a scorer, as an ISO guy, as somebody who can take his man off the dribble and get up a high-quality shot. I mean, he had a shot today, a little maybe one dribble pull-up, little fadeaway, natural fade on. It looks like Kevin Durant. He's had those in the past here and there, but I just think we've seen it this year way more consistently than in his first couple seasons. It's kind of opened my eyes to what he could be a little bit. And he just missed a bunch of threes tonight. Like, to be honest, 9
Especially
of 22 overall. So he was 7 of 12 from 2.
Right.
That's decent.
That's pretty good, man, against that defense. Yeah.
Especially with the shots he was getting and just how the Cavs defense was playing him. He had a bunch of open threes. He's been shooting the three ball really well this year, and he just missed. So, I kind of love the mode he's in. I feel like the Nuggets need him to have that mindset right now.
To the way you framed it of it's mixed results, that same approach helped them win that game in Toronto.
Totally.
Watson did the same thing. He was just more efficient.
And it almost did it tonight, to be honest.
Well, no, I didn't mind the process, man. I mean, here's the thing. There are two sides to that. I didn't mind the process, but Cleveland was very happy with the process. This was like they got the ball out of Jamal's hands. And if Peyton Watson had beat them, so be it, right? And he didn't tonight. So my point being, I did not mind Peyton Watson taking those shots. In fact, I think Peyton Watson has to take those shots.
And the thing is, he never does this otherwise, which is another thing that shows you that he is sacrificing. Like he would love to play like this all the time. But the question I asked was, does it change your perspective on him? Because I keep bringing up Peyton Watson as, like, I just don't think Denver can keep him. And maybe you ride out this year and lose him for nothing. That's the best thing. Or try to work a sign and trade or whatever. But I wonder if teams are watching this and they go, okay, we know he can be a very good defensive player who has the body you need in the NBA, extra long arms, and he's 6'8", 6'9". Automatically, he's on everybody's radar for his defense. But if you're a young team, I just wonder if you watch this and go, can he be a two-way guy? He's super young. Does New Orleans look at this and go, all right, Herb Jones or him? I don't know. I think maybe him.
But can he be a two-way guy is an interesting question, because as his offense has ticked up, I do think he's been less of an impactful defender. Not to say that he hasn't made plays, but that's always a lot of guys look like defensive specialists till they start getting something on their plate. And then it's hard to do both. So that's another question. I mean,
But your hope is that, honestly, if he's good enough to be the offensive version, is that he is not the stopper till the fourth quarter?
I mean, is he good enough to be a redraft guy? I think he's shown since CB went down that he's at least intriguing, at least worth a second
Peyton
look.
Watson has improved every single season. Like he's gotten better at most of parts of his game every year.
I just think that teams are watching him, and I don't know what Denver's going to do or how they're going to approach this, but I have to imagine that his trade value is going up, even after nights like tonight where he shot 9 of 22, which isn't great, but it's also not terrible. And for the job that he was being asked to do, I think there's teams that are looking at that going, 22, huh? We could turn that 9 and 22 into 13 of 22. Like that, we can turn that with a couple years of work.
They're also going to look at that short span. Like he had spans where he did look elite. That first stint that he had was elite. You're going to look at this and you're going to say he played 40 minutes, the most out of anybody that played.
Yep.
And think they started to take, one thing away from him, so they turned him into a shooter. We're not going to put him in those situations. They're also going to think about how they could put other guys around him that best suit him. He doesn't have that right now, because who is he going to be able to pass the ball to? Who is he going to be able to create with? Who is his defensive link that he's out there with? He doesn't have that right now. So I think another team will look at that and say, yeah, this is a guy that you could put into the mix, and he makes you that much better.
I think the comp is and always will be Jaden McDaniels, who is averaging 15 points a game right now.
He's only averaging 15?
14.8, and that's a career high. And I think that's the guy that teams probably look around and say, yeah, I think he's Jaden McDaniels. We'll take 15 points per game and a good defender. And that's so valuable. And if he is that, Denver has a real tradable asset, or they have a decision to make about maybe they want Jaden McDaniels for the next several years and not whatever one of their other guys that they have right now. Let's go to Jamal Murray, though, because you mentioned some of this is about fatigue. And I want to laud Jamal because I thought he was great tonight with his 34 points. But one thing I will point out is Jamal has the Jokic role. And I do think part of this is we sometimes forget, when we get so pissed at Jokic for not playing hard on defense, we sometimes forget that he gets this every night. You know what we never talk about? Jokic getting double teamed, because we just assume that's going to happen every single night.
Yep.
The ball's going to play through him. It actually is what I was thinking about in the fourth quarter watching Jamal wear down. As I was like, damn, it's crazy how good a shape Jokic is that teams do this every night, and he just dominates all the way through the end of the buzzer.
I bet he was thinking, man, no wonder Jokic gets depressed sometimes.
It's so true.
He's like, hey, you guys want to hit one? You guys want to hit one?
He's like, man, seasonal depression doesn't sound that bad right now.
Yeah.
I could be into that.
Jokic really does it this way. We're like, why is he sad? It's like, I don't know. He has to basically run a marathon with people on his back right now every day.
100%. And guys are missing wide open threes.
And you can see it. Like, we talk about, being down right now defensively because of how much you have to put offensively, and he's still dead tired. He looks like he can't move out there sometimes. And that's what Jokic has to endure and go through every single game. This is, something that everyone, I'm sure, is appreciating right now, looking at it. Peyton Watson, he's not playing defense right now because of how much you have to exert on the offensive. I feel like every guy is in that mix right now. But when it comes to Jamal specifically, he's having to read everything that's being thrown at him at the full time. And the Cavs in this game, they played with him a bit. They let him go one-on-one, so he got very excited and can eat. And then they sent the doubles. They started, pressing high. They started setting screens, and it was like, okay, we're going to dub you off of the screen and get it out of your hand higher than any other team has. So this was a game that he really had to dig deep to try to even get a shot up. Yeah. And they really did turn off the water in the second half.
Yeah, and he was phenomenal, for most of this game. The shots he was hitting, his drives continue to just be awesome, man. His ability to get into the rim, get to the paint, and finish left, right hand. It's been such an awesome thing to watch all season.
Yeah.
And I would just stress, someone just replied to me and said, Jamal really choked in the second half. That's just not how I would frame it. It's, if you're looking at the box score and you miss the game and you see the first and second half numbers, Cleveland made an adjustment, and I don't mind how Murray approached it, as we talked about earlier. So I did think he played a really good game tonight. We just have to buckle up for more teams doing this. If not in the fourth quarter, then four quarters.
I thought guys were ready for it. I mean, I want to mention Pickett real quick. We'll go here just because we only have 2 minutes for our next break. But 9 points tonight, 4 of 5 shooting, 1 of 2, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. I actually like the way Pickett is playing over these last 2 games, with one caveat. The Nuggets need him to be more aggressive. And I think Pickett is the ultimate try not to make mistakes, slow things down, go, play at the tempo that he plays at and just be safe. And it's good. He's a mostly safe player. The Nuggets need somebody to take the burden of playmaking off of Jamal.
Totally.
And I think that right now, my biggest ask of Jalen Pickett is be a little bit more aggressive. Be aggressive, man. It might be a turnover here or there. He's never gotten on the court when he makes a mistake. If he makes a mistake, he's out the game. I think this is P. Watt learned, hey, the rules are a little different. The lines are a little wider. For Pickett, the lines need to be wider for him.
Well, absolutely. I mean, best case scenario, that's Bruce Brown. But it wasn't today. Bruce was really bad.
We're going to talk about him in the last segment because we got to get to that later.
But Pickett is in the starting lineup for just that reason. He's starting right now to take the pressure just and the ball handling responsibilities off of Jamal's plate a little bit. So that's why he's out there. And he does pick his spots a lot. He did have a god-awful turnover in this game. But largely, he was fine.
That was early. He recovered from it, too. That was like very early in the game.
I mean, 4 or 5 from the field. You have it going on.
Yep.
And you finally have
Some
a
great
light
booty ball possessions tonight.
A great green light that you have not had at all. You have to turn it on. You have to be aggressive. And you have to look around and say, hey, a guy that had a short leash in P-Watt, he got 22 field goal attempts.
Yeah.
The ball keeps on finding me. I need to get the shots up right now. And, I know we joked about it in the pregame, but teams are turning him into a scorer right now. They really are trying to force him to shoot the ball just to see if he has it. And I know his mindset is, I have to run this show. I have to get guys in their set. But also it should be, I need to make the right play right now.
But I don't even think it's a matter of just scoring. He needs to be aggressive attacking and then pass.
Because
a lot of it is
read.
setting the table point guard play. Like, look, my guys go. It's like, no, try to get to the paint.
And a lot of good things
pressure on.
happen when he does that.
He was a big
and
part of that.
turns his back and he gets into the lane and there's just things that open up.
He was a big part of that third quarter run.
Yeah.
He actually really was. And also, when you're just saying you wish more Pickett was involved, part of that's the rotations. He played 18 minutes and 30 seconds.
He was not involved in the fourth quarter. Did
Correct.
not play.
Yeah.
And they did play Bruce. And then on top of that, they had a hard time with these Murray traps. I do wonder if you can redo that quarter and play him. Is it a little different just giving another playmaker? Maybe you actually play through him down the stretch. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but if you're just going to trap Jamal, at least try to bring somebody that can make something out of it. So interesting, but Pickett to me going forward has to be more aggressive. I think it's for the betterment of the team that he tries to. He might have a couple turnovers, but attack and set the table. All right, let's take a break on the other side. We still have Daron Holmes, where we got to spend a little bit more time on, and unfortunately, Bruce Brown.
Got to talk about Bruce.
Shout out to Strawberry Fields. They've got locations across the state. They're in Denver. They're in Pueblo. They're in Trinidad. They're in Downeyville as well. You're probably wondering, where the heck is Downeyville? Well, it's on the side of I-70 going to the mountains. There's probably a Strawberry Fields along your route. You can check out their online menu and payment options to skip the line, get in and out fast, or get straight back to your couch even faster. Strawberry Fields, they carry a huge range of products. Premium flour, vaporizers, edibles, infused drinks, tinctures, concentrates, topicals, you name it. And their bud tenders, they know their stuff. They're great at helping you find exactly what you're looking for. They also run great deals every single day. You can grab high quality products without spending a ton. And if you're new to Strawberry Fields, make sure to sign up for their loyalty program. You'll get exclusive offers right away. Don't forget, you can use the code DNVR for 25% off your entire purchase. Use the code DNVR, 25% off your entire purchase at Strawberry Fields. Locations across the state: Denver, Pueblo, Trinidad, Downeyville. Do you use the code DNVR for 25% off? Must be 21 plus with a valid ID to purchase. More info at strawberryfieldscannabis.com.
Fired Up on the Mountain. Kale. Fire on the Mountain is Denver's favorite local wing joint, featuring hormone-free, antibiotic-free, cage-free wings. They have 15 super flavorful made-from-scratch sauces that range from mild to insanely hot and everything in between. They have craft beers and killer cocktails, because this is a Colorado wing joint after all. If you want to get your drink on, you can. If you're there for some vegan options, guess what? Still a Colorado joint. They have some vegan options for you as well. Handmade appetizers. They got tons of stuff. And it all comes in walkable and bikeable locations, which again, did I mention Colorado? It all lines up for this very, very Colorado product. The best wings in Denver. Grab $5 pints on Mondays, all-day happy hours on Tuesdays, and now they even offer delivery from their Wash Park store. Visit their spots in Highlands and Wash Park. That is Fire on the Mountain.
Alrighty, back here, segment 3, DNVR Nuggets Podcast. Everybody throw a like here. Let's talk about Daron Holmes now. We talked, I know, a little bit at the front. I mean, the stat line's not great. 3 points, 4 rebounds, the 6 assists, though. And some of these assists, man, some of these assists were very nice.
Very nice.
I love the Mile High Flyer. I like him a lot. He's in a good spot. He seems to have some confidence, although he record scratched a couple in the fourth quarter that he just needs to let him fly. Yeah. They closed the game. They started the game with him. They closed the game with him. This is people are criticizing Denver for not playing him sooner. I actually think this is working out perfectly for him. And he has 2 games into the stint. There's still a lot of time to go. But if he keeps this up for a handful more games, I would not be surprised if he's just another guy that you have at your disposal, that maybe plays when everybody's healthy. Not every night, but maybe plays a little bit because he's really looked good.
You can tell it's different than the Zeke minutes where you're just kind of hoping that some of the hustle stuff goes well and goes your way. Whereas I think Holmes kind of presents some questions to an opposing defense, right? He can shoot the 3, which once upon a time was a Zeke skill, but he can read defenses. He can make some passes. This is a guy that you think can add some dynamics offensively to the unit, right? In terms of what he's able to do. So to me, they already felt less like kind of cross your fingers and pray minutes and more like I'm curious to see how they can continue to leverage this in the interim without these guys, because I think, Holmes has a chance to not be a 1 or 2 skill guy, right? He might have a more fleshed out skill set than that, and that would be really exciting. I think tonight he showed flashes of. I think tonight you would just say this was a good Holmes performance, really without any qualifiers.
Right now, I think that is. It's super important for him to learn right now, but I think that his time of G League is done now. I really do feel like he's part of the team.
I think it was always the plan.
Yep, and then he's now arrived. He's here and he's playing. He's not going to be playing 23 minutes or that's not what's supposed to happen. But it's good for him to get some minutes right now and just see what it is that he's doing out there. Also, he does have these flash type plays. When he spaces the floor, he opens up the floor so much because he's a willing passer. Sometimes he doesn't look at the rim, so I think that's going to come with time. But the passes are just right there. He has some skip passes, so guys are moving without the ball and being open for him. And then also defensively, he stays in front of his guys. He had a couple of switches with Darius Garland.
That was a great play.
Great call
ball,
out, Dev,
ISO scores in the NBA that tried to get him a couple of times. That play, he closed out, kept his hands high, forced a turnover, and then, ran on the opposite end. And that's something that you never have to question with him is his motor. He's just always moving and running the entire time. So I think he's just, the confidence is rising right now for him.
One of the things I love most about him, though, when just watching him as a prospect, he is of the Christian Brown, Spencer Jones mold in that I think he is fully focused on being a role player. He doesn't seem like a guy to me that's out there being I'm going to do my role, but I know I'm a star in the waiting. I think he looks at it and is okay, so I can be a guy that fills in the gaps and does a bunch of stuff. He wants to be the player he should be.
Absolutely. And you could kind of see that today, just in terms of how he approached the game. And his passing and vision was probably the number one thing to me that stuck out. He had some nice assists tonight.
Yeah.
These weren't 6 just throwaway assists. He had some nice passes. He was passing some people open, good reads, getting the ball in the middle of the paint, turning, facing up, really seeing the floor. And honestly, the game is slowed down for him more than I might have thought it would in his first career start.
I agree. I thought his head would be spinning.
Absolutely. And he really held his own. You would not think this is his first career start just watching tonight if you didn't know it. That being said, he's got to shoot that thing. He passed up a couple open threes in the fourth. You're out there. You're a capable shooter. That's where the hesitancy kind of kicked in a little bit, and he tightened up some. But that will come, I'm sure, as he gets more comfortable and confident. But I think overall it was a really encouraging debut.
You could tell he just that, especially the one that was above the break. He just didn't want to be the guy that messed it up. Yeah. And honestly, that is completely understandable, even if it is something where that's between him and his best playing is getting through that. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
But he's got to shoot that thing, man, just like P. Watt shoots it. P. Watt missed a lot of threes tonight. They were all good looks.
He's right to shoot them.
They were all good looks. You just got to step in and shoot it with confidence, and they'll fall if you put the work in.
Yep.
Next guy I'm going to talk about here, Spencer Jones is the new Bruce Brown. And what I mean by that is Spencer Jones is just a guy that I feel like I have no idea how many minutes I expect Spencer Jones to play when everyone's healthy.
It could be 5. It could be 45.
But at this very moment, everyone healthy, would you be that surprised if Spencer Jones closed a game? And would you be nervous if he closed a game? In that Christian Brown spot. Again, I'm not saying it's every night, but that's how Bruce was, where sometimes it was you know what? I just like the energy he's bringing. We're going to let him stay out there because he's grabbing loose balls and hitting the corner three, so we're closing with him. He might be that Denver's version of that this year, which is kind of nuts given where he started.
Yeah, you get healthy again, and it becomes, okay, we're down a guy. Who do we plug? You just plug Spencer Jones in at like one of 3 positions, right? Or we got to close with someone else. You close with Spencer Jones. His hustle in these games is, I mean, I know that word feels so orange slicey, but he's just incredible. Yeah. He's just remarkable. You guys covered it earlier in the show, but
I can't wait to see that hustle when he's down to 16 minutes a game again instead of 36.
Exactly. He can punt, and he knows, by the way, as well as anyone, that as his minutes go down, he has to turn it up even harder, right? Yep. But the charge he drew on Darius Garland,
oh my God,
one of those defensive rebounds he had late in the game where he just came crashing and flying. This guy, I think, would give an arm and a leg to win a basketball game, and Denver needs guys like that.
You could tell that the game is slowing down for Spencer Jones based off of, he used to play like 8 minutes. He would have 5 fouls. He's playing full 36 minutes, 30 minutes, and not fouling out anymore because now he's like, oh, okay, this is where the rotation comes, or this is where I'm supposed to be. He also is defending every position out there, and that's just not something that you have there. And also, when you talk about other guys on the team, there's always a caveat. You know, like when you talk about Daron Holmes, it's the fact that, you know, he's a rookie or not many minutes for him. With Spencer Jones, you don't have to bring up the fact that he's on a 2-way. That's just a bonus. I feel like he's a guy that has earned actual minutes on the team.
Right.
Like when Aaron Gordon goes out of the game, I feel like Spencer Jones should be out there. I think that's how he is right now.
How many games have the Nuggets played? Like, what are they at in the season? 30-something games.
34.
From game 1 to game 34, he's gotten so much better.
Yeah.
He is just so much more well-rounded and capable player than he was at the start of the season. And I don't know what his ceiling is. You know, if he was improving at this rate and his ceiling was like all-star level, we'd be like, watch out. I don't know what his ceiling is. I don't know just how good he can be, but he seems like he's improving every time he's out there.
You know what he is? He is not neurotic at all, I don't think. And I think it's part of why he's so steady as a shooter. He has no hesitation on that.
None.
You see guys get in their own head and stuff. I can't imagine him getting in his own head.
He had the one tonight where he didn't even really have time to step into it.
No,
he just put that thing up there and he made it.
Just the
Didn't even have
sidewinder.
time to get his arm fully in position. So maybe it was actually a good thing.
It wasn't even a true sidewinder.
Yeah.
He actually had to shoot
that's
that with
the
a
key.
kid.
But he's also like he's very consistent.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
one,
he gives you the same thing every single night.
but two, he's as close to the 2-way guy that you get on this team, especially without Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon right now, because he's playing with grit, he's playing with effort the entire time, he's getting it done, he's taking charges while also being a consistent shooter. No one trusts that shot, but you trust it with everything in you now. You want him to shoot the ball more. He's in rotation. He's doing everything right now. So, I mean, he really is like the complete guy right now.
I think Peyton Watson and Spencer Jones are the guys that, I mean, when they go back to the bench eventually, and it'll feel completely different. When everybody's healthy, it'll feel completely different when they check into the game because you're like, those guys started for a long time and did a lot of good stuff, and now they're on the bench. Let's go quick hitters now to these last guys. Zeke Nnaji, I actually thought after a very, very, very rough start, actually bounced back very well.
Yeah,
he had
good.
13 points tonight, 5 rebounds, and a steal. He was a minus 12. I think all of that happened early. I think he was a minus 10 immediately in his first stint and then bounced back from that. But, played tough, rebounded, made shots inside at a pretty good rate, drew fouls. His rebounding total doesn't really tell the story because he had probably 3 or 4 fouls he drew on rebounds.
True.
I actually thought it was a good game for him, given the circumstances, which this was a tough matchup.
This quickly turned into a freak off, like out of nowhere. He was doing it all.
I mean, it actually did.
But also, like,
actually did.
really, you talk about him getting fouled. He was really getting fouled at every single rebound. And they needed him out there for the rebounding because they were getting pummeled on rebound. They were not able to compete. And him being one of the bigger guys that is available, he competed. And you want that from a guy that is not getting many minutes. He was ready when his time was called. He knocked down some shots. he has that small like negative stint, but you expected that from him. This was a good Zeke game to me. The plus minus. I'm not looking at that with him on this one.
I'm with you. I think Zeke showed up and did his job. If they win this game, we're talking about Zeke. I think fairly laudingly tonight. Is that a word?
For sure.
Close enough.
The last guy, real quick on the positive, Tim Hardaway Jr. I actually don't think Tim was great tonight outside of the little stint where he made all those threes right at the end of the third quarter, which was massive, by the way. If he doesn't hit those, Denver is not up going into the fourth quarter. So I'm not trying to take away from it. He's a microwave scorer. He had a microwave minute, so he did his job. My biggest note on him was that he stood out a lot in the fourth quarter after Denver made a lot of great rotations. Then he would be the last rotation, and there was a lot where it was like, man, Spencer just jumped 10 feet to dive and deflect a thing, and it went to your guy, and you jogged out with a hand to like right here. It's like, hey, match the energy.
He's had such a good season offensively. We haven't had to do this too much. It's pretty bad on the other end, and I thought it was tonight.
And from an energy, specifically from an effort standpoint, I think, not even execution.
Yeah, and he also missed a lot of wide open shots too.
He did.
Everybody did in that fourth, but yes, he was part of it. The two guys that I think were bad, though, we'll start with Julian Strawther just because it's a quick one. He only played 6 minutes. He did not record a stat other than 2 fouls.
Wow.
He's still coming into it all, but when we talk about all these guys getting opportunity, he's a guy who has had few opportunities, but at the same time, the game just doesn't look like he plays at such a chaotic, frenetic pace. Every time he touches the ball, I just like my hands start sweating, and I just, I'm sitting like this because it feels like something bad's about to happen. And that's the offensive end.
Yeah.
The good end.
You just think about how this season has gone for him and how it's gone for Spencer Jones. Like those guys don't play the same exact position, but they play like, they can play a similar type of role in the rotation. And Spencer Jones has just like completely taken his minutes and run with it. And Strawther is just like still trying to find his footing. And yeah, he's had the injuries, and Jones really hasn't. Jones had a longer runway, but like I would just much rather Spencer Jones out there, really every aspect of him, than Strawther right now.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
I feel like Julian Strawther is like the one guy that has played himself off of the floor. And this was a
quick hook tonight.
This was an important
Yeah.
stretch for him to try to get some rhythm, get his feet under him, and for them to look at him and say, "Hey, we need to find some minutes for Strawther." He's playing less and less, and really, it is the minute that he makes a mistake, let's get him out of there.
And they've got to find open shots for him if he's going to be a real guy.
Yeah.
Like there are too many games like tonight, 6 minutes, no threes.
Yeah, and that's crazy because that's the reason that you put him out there.
Yeah.
That's what when you think about Julian Strawther, you think about being a microwave scorer and a guy that can shoot the 3-ball. Well, he only got one shot up. And
it was
not
a floater from like the high school 3-point line.
Yeah, oh my
Yeah,
God.
so
Or was
like,
that Bruce's? That was the deep one. But Strawther did have one from mid-paint.
I mean, the floater, he'll go to it, same as Bruce. And I always think the floater should be a last resort. Those guys, it seems like option one too often.
Yeah.
But let's go to Bruce because he's honestly the one guy that I think deserves the most conversation here. You look at the stats. Well, 0 points, not great. 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. Some of the stuff here, I was trying to think about this. The difference between him and Spencer Jones is they're both out there to make hustle plays, rotations, and they both do that. The difference is Spencer Jones's role is to just catch and shoot threes in the corner.
Right. He doesn't have to dribble.
And Bruce's is to dribble and bring the ball up and play make. But boy, is he struggling with that this year, man. It looks like he has no ability to get to the rim, no ability to make plays off the bounce, no confidence in his 3-point shot. I'm not sure offensively that he's done anything. And I think the question now is he's going to play in this stretch. If he doesn't improve Vogt over the course of this, I hate to say it, the Nuggets have a lot of players right now.
Eventually.
When they get everybody
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
it is possible that he, by the end of this stretch, plays himself out of the rotation. Or is that crazy?
I mean, it's not crazy. I'm going to hold my horses on it. It's not crazy. I think for me, it is the turnovers more than anything else. I think right now, if you ask me if you could cut back on his turnovers or make him a little better on open jumpers, I honestly think I would take the turnovers.
But could you get by if you had only one and not the other?
Yeah,
like
maybe.
I'm saying in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
No, you're right. No, there's no doubt. Like just for tonight's example, like I think he had 3 turnovers and he was a -4. If he protects the ball, he has 4 steals tonight and they probably win his minutes. And you're going, all right, he missed some open jumpers, but he did some Bruce stuff. But to me, the tipping point, the straw that breaks the camel's back are the turnovers. He can't do that, especially because, as you outlined, it's his responsibility to handle the ball.
I think what sucks for Bruce right now, why he's playing so bad, is this stretch right now plays very opposite of what he's on the team for.
Yep.
You know, like he's on a team to come into the game and make a spark. You know, they want him to do the extra things, get an extra rebound, you know, dive for loose balls, play good in this small stint. And right now, he's having to play 24 minutes. Not only are you having to play 24 minutes, you need to be a good rebounder. You need to be a two-way option. You need to also be the primary ball handler a lot of times because teams are taking away Jamal. So it's taken away from his strengths right now, and that's what Bruce Brown is. He's not, at this point of his career, not a skilled guy that like can score the basketball every single time or make these, you know, quick decisions for a long stretch of time. So I really do think that it's bad for him right now. Yeah. He's going to be a lot better when the guys are back because that's what his role is. So he's out of role, out of character for him right now.
Yeah. He is a guy that looks his best and plays his best when he's playing with other really good players. Like, he looks just better when he's playing with Nikola Jokic. A lot of guys do, but especially
but even
his
this
game.
year, that part's been inconsistent. Especially if you're
Bruce
not
has
making
had
the
some
three.
great games this year.
He has, but
He has.
I know, but I actually think he has been less consistent than a lot of the guys that right now. I mean, you look at your bench right now. Big Val's healthy; he's in there. Peyton Watson's in there. Spencer Jones is in there. Tim Hardaway's in there. So Bruce right now to me is the 10th guy. And then if you ask me personally about him or Pickett at the moment, well, Pickett I think is going to make his open threes. Pickett's going to turn it over a little bit less as a ball handler, and if those are the two things that are most required. Bruce will probably make a few more hustle plays, but Pickett makes fewer mistakes. Right now, he might be out on the outside of that, too. So you're talking about him as the 10th, maybe 11th guy. And one of the things we talked about when Bruce came back and Russell Westbrook left was with Russ, even though we know he's so good, you only kind of have to give him a big role. You can't give him a little one and you can't sit him. But with Bruce, you can. Well, now I'm asking, like, if that's true, shouldn't he be a guy that maybe doesn't play if he doesn't get it going over this stretch? Maybe the whole point of having a guy like that was, yeah, but he won't be a problem if he's out of the rotation.
Yes, I do agree with that. I do think now the Nuggets are so depleted where he's being asked to do, like, more than he's capable of.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of this is his role has changed to where the thing he's not great at is now essential to his role.
And he's at his best when he just has to make a couple hustle plays here and there and knock down an open three. The shooting is concerning. His shot hasn't looked great the last few weeks.
He has no confidence in it.
He turned a wide open corner three just down tonight. That was a real bad record scratch.
He took it, if you remember. He catches it and looked like, oh man, there's no one. And so
he
then
turned
had
it down
to shoot
and then
it.
he shot it.
Yeah.
But still, man,
And missed.
the ball handling was my biggest concern about this team on day one, and it still is right now.
Yeah.
Do they have enough ball handlers on this team for when you face real pressure? And obviously now they don't. Like at this current moment, do they add somebody who has that skill set, or do they just roll with this group?
Tonight, in that fourth quarter, I wished Pickett was on the floor, not Bruce, in those essential minutes. And I don't think it's the first time I felt that way. And again, I'm not advocating for Pickett above the 10th man, but if that's where we're at with Bruce, it's like, yeah, he might be 10th or 11th guy. It's just something to kind of consider. Nonetheless, he is our guy. We love Brucey B, and I am rooting.
And he's also had some awesome moments this season. He has had some vintage Bruce Brown games where we're like, oh, that's Bruce.
So I hope that he gets it, has more games like that here in the coming bit, because if we get through the next month and they look like this, I do think that it's going to be a question that we'll have to discuss. Super chats. We got a lot?
26.
That's about what I would have guessed for a loss.
Evolution, 83. All the Nuggets played hard. All the Nuggets played defense. They ran out of gas at the end. But being disappointed that they lost, honestly, feels positive. I know exactly what you mean.
That's exactly how we feel. Real quick, I forgot one thing I want to do before Super Chats. Cassidy Hubbard, was it today, had the update that Yoke is feeling surprisingly well, riding the bike, going upstairs.
Yeah.
It feels like the kind of report.
Well, I mean, did you see the video of him walking into the arena today?
Looked pretty fine to me.
If you were to see that video and you're like, you didn't know he was hurt, you would think, oh, he's about to drop a 50-point triple-double.
I think it's worth it for us all to hope that this injury is not as bad as initially reported, that the team was extra cautious, wanted to use, as they say, an abundance of caution, but that we get 2 weeks into this and Yoke's like, guys, I'm fine.
Maybe we can just reevaluate a little earlier than we thought.
Let's just, exactly.
Just a quick little reevaluation.
I'm hopeful.
Man,
I'm hopeful.
I'll throw something on the grill.
Megan, Nowak, these guys have heart and hustle. I'm excited to watch over the next month, although I can't wait to have Joker, Val Brown, AG, and Cam Johnson. When you spell it, put it all in the same sentence like that, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I will say this, man, Bruce or no Bruce, the Nuggets have a lot of guys I believe in right now.
Yep.
Ryan B, way too much settling by P-Watt for shots he's bad at. I think we covered
Counterpoint, they almost won in thanks in large part to him being the second leading scorer.
He's got to take those shots.
And on the plays when he wasn't shooting them, you saw what happened. They had not that
Wide
many
open
points.
threes, man.
Yeah, I just think wide open guys should shoot those threes for sure. Garland lost his shoe. He intentionally fouled Jones the last 2 minutes of the game. That's a foul shot in the ball. How did the refs miss that?
Because the rule book is so nuanced and complicated, they don't even know.
You guys are right. Wynn called it out in real time, and David Adelman went right over to them.
Nuts.
Like, how is this not? Doesn't it feel like those calls in particular, like those kinds of calls, Denver never gets them?
Well, what's funny about it is the spirit of the rule is you're not supposed to do that to prevent a fast break. But he was doing it to prevent having to play defense.
Right, 100,000,000% on an off-ball guy.
On an off-ball guy.
I don't know.
It's so weird. That was
If
like
that's
a minute,
not a quote-unquote intentional foul, like what even is.
that was like a minute 30 left, too. It was very
I know.
key play.
Unless the fine print says unless you lost your shoe.
But at the same time, I, too, don't know the rule.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Fox print 789. All the Nuggets are good. I'm happy with this game. Finally seeing some DH 2 minutes, and he makes a difference. Zeke had his freak off. Rapid Man is a hero, and Jamal's a true leader. Embarrassing win for the Cavs.
That is an embarrassing win for the Cavs.
Yeah, I mean, if I could channel my inner national media talking head,
It's cringe.
are the Nuggets 1-0 against the Cavs this season?
In moral victories.
Hassanein Shaw, can't get mad about that one, especially compared to the games we've blown this year with a healthier squad. Just hope our young guys keep learning. Apologies, because there's no way I got that right, but I appreciate the super chat.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
2715, officially worried about Bruce. Playoffs start today. I want Jones ahead of him in the rotation.
Jones for sure. I mean, the problem is one guy can dribble. I mean, Bruce can still dribble. Spencer wouldn't look good against that pressure either.
I think the question is going to come down to Pickett and Bruce, and I think Pickett can. I don't think he has yet. He needs to play more confident. Yeah. And if he does, I think he might beat him out for that spot.
Big Honey 15, moral victories suck, but it's hard not to be proud of the effort. Ran out of gas to end the game. Got to find a counter for these Murray hard traps. Agreed.
I will say this, man. It is a case for why they might need ball handling going into the playoffs, because the playoffs will look like those traps and heavy pressure. And Murray's legs have looked good all year. They looked very tired in that second half.
It'd be a lot better when you could pass it to Aaron Gordon.
Or Nikola
That too.
Jokic, for sure.
That will help for sure. But all the same, this was a dynamic to begin with. Smug Nug, shocked I'm saying this, but we had it. Holmes played great, but he needed to punish the D in the clutch when they were blitzing well.
Yeah.
Shoot the ball.
Shoot the ball, yeah.
Wizard, I have some explaining to do if my partner checks my recent emojis. Proud of the boys. This is all a blessing in disguise.
If you were on the watch along, just probably wipe your history clean.
Why did you put a pregnant man in a bottle of lotion?
It's the Nuggets watch along. Come on.
Great point here from 2715 for 17 turnovers, but only converted for 18 points.
All right.
That's a really good stat. Got to be better on those easy ones. Jocelyn, celebrating 2 months of membership. Proud of this team. Daron Holmes is going to be exactly who we thought he was by the end of the season. # sign Spencer.
They will.
I don't know what I think I even thought Daron Holmes was going to be, but he is going to be. He might be helpful.
So there was an interesting report. Bennett Durando, I think, who's with the team on the road, had it that he said he doesn't expect the Nuggets to sign anybody to a 10-day contract. And I think the reasoning is
Jokic's coming back.
No.
Oh.
I got to think it's an apron situation.
Oh, you might be right.
Like, are they too close to the first apron?
Maybe. Yeah,
But then that got me thinking, well, do they have room to upgrade Spencer's contract? I don't know. I got to dive into the salary cap a little more.
Smug Nug, not a fan of Maul grabbing his knee. He needs a break. I mean,
does
that's
need a break.
Honestly, the biggest thing in the next 2 weeks is stay healthy, Jamal Murray.
I bet you they play against Brooklyn and not against the Sixers, or vice versa. That's just kind of my prediction.
Oh, well, he's playing against Brooklyn.
They should rug pull on MPJ
So I
and
guess
not
he's
play
sitting
him.
against
Oh my
the Sixers.
gosh.
Ryan B1, I don't want to be hard on him.
Oh, we're going to overtime.
Overtime. Go to overtime. If you're not on the internet, you have to be on the internet. Ryan B1, don't want to be hard on him, but the increased offense from P. Watt is really causing his defensive effort to suffer. He's been falling asleep a ton on D. I think that's a part of the equation. Snowwolf, 23. What up, Vogt? Nuggets will have some good
Doesn't
luck
count.
soon. Does not count. But what
Doesn't
up to my
count,
guy,
man.
Snowwolf? 5555555-ish. I can't see it actually count. I need the bigger one if you can scroll up. Good fight. They gave it all they had. 205 bench three-pointers down, only 350 to 555.
Okay, is this actually possible now?
No.
No.
They're still but well
Are
behind
we
pace.
sure?
I mean, think of
Well,
yeah, we'll see. We'll find out.
Peter Duck, tell me the score before the game, and I might be surprised we kept it close, but in the moment we had the game in our hand. Feel better for next game. Michael Porter Truther, tonight reminded me of the Nets 1-star cooking.
legacy game coming up for Michael Porter Truther.
This next game,
That's
man,
gonna be so
This
fun.
next game's gonna have so much
I know.
at stake.
Jamal's
I can't
gonna
believe
try
it.
to go for
Jamal better
50.
not duck that game. If he sits
Oh, no,
out a
he's-
game, he better not sit
He
out that
wouldn't
one.
think about it on
He
that
better
one.
not. I'd be so mad.
And Truther, the Nets resting MPJ so they can lose to the Wizards. Look at us, man.
That is hilarious.
Look how
by the
far
way.
we've come.
MPJ, by the way, saw this game on the calendar. Is like, I need a week off.
I need
I
some
need to
time
get
off.
ready for this.
I know, he's definitely faking that illness right now for sure.
Glenn, 8886. We actually just covered this, but Murray off versus Brooklyn or Philly. Don't want to see him in both games. We agree. Pure nervousness when I was in the Denver versus Toronto game. Don't want to see Murray get hurt.
I'll be honest with you. I am worried about it as well. They need to find him some rest.
Walter Worthy, not sure how any Nuggets fan can watch this and not be absolutely hyped going forward. Bring
Our
this
guy.
fight and, more importantly, confidence when Joker returns, and we can play with anyone.
Absolutely.
Cedric Exquisite, no Harrison Wind. We should have won.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Happy New Year, vote.
No win.
Happy New Year, though, to me. Love Birdie Rose, proud of the collective spirit of our team. I noticed how invested our coaches are in the young players during timeouts and on court breaks. They were coaching and encouraging them. Beautiful thing. All the Nuggets are good.
The thing about being down this many guys, this kind of gets the coaching staff going, I think, these type of moments in the season, because they do have to coach a little harder when you're down all these dudes.
Kyle M20, hey, Wind.
All right, I'll take it.
I think this is a good one. I
I'll
think this is
take
a good
this
one
one.
to get.
Thank you, Kyle. I'll take
History
it.
Channel 5280, proud of our guys, excited for the next one. Michael Porter Truther, Spencer Jones is the new PJ Tucker. That's actually
a great
an awesome comp.
Great
Yeah.
comp.
Hop Bebop 11. Hey, hi Dev, hi Wind, hi Vote, hi Adam, hi Kale. Met you all at the DNVR bar tonight with my dad. Nuggets are a great story, but you are great storytellers. Much appreciation. All the Nuggets are currently injured, but the year of Jamal Murray will save us.
Thank you so much. Doesn't count, but thank you for the great super chat.
Nice to meet him.
Yeah, great to meet you too, man. Thanks for coming.
Kale, outro music. It was fun though. I will say this:
I'll take it.
we worried that the Nuggets were going to be no fun, and we just would have to wait out this month. Might get to be that case at some point, but at the moment, 2 games in, 2 games, very fun,
Very fun,
interesting.
very fun, worth watching every second of it. And honestly, I know not everyone loves this way of thinking, but I think you have to tip your hat to most of the Nuggets who played.
Got to tip your hat. And upcoming next, Michael Porter Jr. versus Jamal Murray.
Or not.
In a matinee.
Or not. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm so hyped for this game that if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be so mad. Everybody, thanks for watching. Hit that like button on the way out. See you Sunday. If we don't get that, oh my.
We all silly like the mayor.